Well, the reality is there's going to be enough money in there either way. It's cool. Hello and welcome. Rapid Fire Golf episode 21, Mary tells me. 21 Mondays in a row, I think, without a blip. That we hear the old Rapid Fire YouTube. Some little internet blips, but mostly not so much. Hope everyone no golf blips. Hope everyone enjoyed the U.S. Open this weekend. Post U.S. Open Monday. Today was our early extension Masterclass that launched. Hope you guys checked out. We're going to talk about that a bunch in here as well. For those who haven't been here before, Rapid Fire Golf works like this. You fire away questions, and I answer them, sometimes rapidly, sometimes not so rapidly, and we'll rock and roll. So we're going to talk a little bit as we go about the early extension Masterclass. Once everyone hops on, whenever you guys have questions, post them up. You want to talk U.S. Open, want to talk life, whatever. Pretty good. Mary just posted up our early extension deal. I'll talk about that as we roll. So if you guys have questions, I'm just going to go ahead and call it. Yeah, fire away. Okay. Can you talk about the shaft lean hand position at address? So I think a really good stock model would be if your hands were on the inside of your left leg, left thigh at address. So if I were going this way, even almost regardless of club, if I was here, when I take my setup position, I want the hands to be inside of the left thigh on address. Now, that doesn't guarantee they're going to be forward at impact. It doesn't guarantee they're not going to be forward where they're at, but I would say the best chance in terms of solidness of contact shaft at impact, you want to have them starting inside of left thigh. That sets up well in terms of how your body tilts, shoulder tilts, wrist conditions are. Inside of left thigh with all clubs would be the starting point that I would use. Justin, best drill for someone who gets stuck because they tend to slide. Yeah, I think the biggest thing in the beginning would be to slide less, right? So if you have a pattern during your downswing where you have too much lateral and you get too stuck because of that, I would look to get rid of the slide as the root cause first. How you get rid of a slide would be things that are the opposite of a slide. So that would include some rotation pieces, obviously less pressure or pushing off early, lead hip down and around, get the left leg working more external, working more rotation pieces, pressure into the heel if you saw today's video. Any of those pieces get rid of a slide. If you wanted to work just on the club itself, if you search my name and how to cure a hook, a couple different drills in there where you could put an alignment rod sort of back here behind the ball. You can put a range bucket. You can cheat a little bit, but if you pop a range bucket in like so, and have a learner just underneath your shaft and learn how to get over the top level on the way down. But I would focus on the slide first, more or less by adding rotation. So, okay, so one thing you guys saw, hopefully you saw the early extension Masterclass video today. There's going to be early extension videos up every day this week. We're doing like an early extension blitz of some of the videos within our Masterclass. If you haven't seen the video from today, but check it out. There's going to be a coupon code while you're here live. I'm going to announce now, and I'm going to announce a couple times throughout, where you can get 50% off our early extension Masterclass. The price right now is $77. That's an intro price. It's going to go up to $97. For now, until the end of the night, until midnight, you can get 50% off any of the products. Normally, we just do early extension, but Mary felt nice, so we're going to do any of the products. So the coupon code is US Open, all caps, US Open. If you put that coupon code in any of the products, Mary put the podium link in the beginning, you get 50% off. There's early extension, there's shallow, there's rotation tonight. That early extension Masterclass, the best one we've ever done so far. Freaking videos are good. Todd, pulling the driver. Yeah, without seeing, I don't know for sure. I'd make sure your bulb's not too far forward. Make sure you're not aimed too far left. At first, if you watch any of our shallow drills, conveniently you 50% off the shallow Masterclass if you use US Open. The video we did, the best drill I've ever seen with the 10-4 practice station, would be good for that. How to fix a weak fade. Any of those with the practice stations, like for you, you would want to have a stick almost more here, and you would have to learn to swing to the right. So if I have an object in front of you, if you get pulls, usually they're just to the left. Again, I have to see it for sure, but that would just be kind of a stock answer. Oh, Ken, I missed yours, my bad. Thoughts on lifting left Thoughts on lifting lead foot and timing it down the downswing. I love lifting the lead foot. A lot of the really good players like 1980, 90-ish used to do that. And I think a lot of that got taught out of players because someone decided it was a good idea to like stabilize it. But a lot of the older players lift the left heel. I like left heel. Why do I like the left heel? Number one, when you let your left heel lift, it allows your left leg to work internal more, which means more belt buckle turn, which means more torso turn. More turn during the backswing is probably good for 90% of people. Easier to get the hand path deep, easier to swing longer, create more speed, better contact, better downswing, a lot of things. So left heel up, good for more turn. I like it because action reaction. If I make a backswing, my left heel goes up and I turn, and then I plant that back down as my lead leg goes out. So I go left heel up, knee in, left heel down, knee out. Amount that we're going to do a YouTube video on that at some point. But I like the heel. Left knee, so left heel up, left knee in, left heel down, left knee out. So I like it. Tom, having trouble releasing my right hand. I tend to push the ball to the right because of my right hand. So then release it, Tom. No, I mean, Tom, I have to see your swing to say for sure why you're releasing. Maybe it is your right hand, maybe it's not. Maybe it's your club path too far to the right. Could be ball position, could be aim, could be backswing, could be wrist condition, could be grip. As for all of these guys, when I say this, I don't say that to be, can I say, no, I'm not going to swear on here. I don't say that to be mean or whatever. I need to see your swing to say for sure. Always when I say that, fortunately, we have CogornoGolf.com. If you guys haven't checked it out, or if there are members here, again, we had some members last week that posted that they liked it. We have a Facebook group. You can post your swings up in that group so I can actually see your swing, Tom, and give you answers to that and help you guide you through that. So check out CogornoGolf.com. If I say I should see your swing, that's where you can do that. I can help you. So I've done it. I know Mary's done it. We've had different players I work with done it. If you do it and you're consistent with it, it works really for 3 years because it's really easy to get that out of your practice routine over time. It's hard to find time to do all that hip balls, chip putt, play to super speed, but it definitely works in terms of improving your speed. So I would definitely recommend it if you're going to be consistent with that. Joey, what can you expect mixing a weak right hand and a strong left hand, vice versa? I wouldn't really expect too much. I mean, I think different people do different things with that. I don't think there's any stock answer. If you had a weaker right-hand grip or a stronger left-hand grip, I think as a stock model, weaker left hand, stronger right. Some of that's going to affect your takeaway, how much form we're teaching you, how much hinge you have, et cetera, can affect your wrist conditions. But I'm going to lose sleep over that that portion of it. I'd have to see your swing, obviously, to kind of say whether that would make sense for you or kind of what piece to put together. Brett, what's up, man? You often talk about you had early extension. How did you beat it? How long did it take you? Talk about your fight with it, your personal space. Yeah, so I early extended for probably like 10 years. Now, I didn't fix it primarily because I didn't know how to fix it. Like, you don't know what you don't know, you know? See what I did there? So, like, I didn't fix early extension because I didn't know. Like, no one told me how to fix it or what to do, and I didn't know any better, and so I kept early extending. How I fixed it was I learned about the swing, what caused early extension, why I early extended, and how to fix it. I spent a lot of time studying early extension. That's why I think this Masterclass is our best one, because it's so like personal to me. Through the hits, pushes, hooks. Now, again, I can kind of manage that around and still play good, but when I'm swinging how I am right now with where my swing feels, when I don't have early extension, some other pieces are good, I hit it night and day better. Like, it takes me to a different level. So yeah, I think I fixed it by learning and then time. How long does it take to fix stuff? You know, I think if you're doing the right things, you can fix something on video on the range in one session, but like own it, meaning you're on the course and never pop up, that takes weeks or months to be able to do that. So now I think this early extension masterclass is everything I know in terms of fixing early extension. So like, I'm confident if you watch all the videos and did what I told you in the 30-day practice that's in there and kind of all the step-by-step, it would fix your early extension, or at least you'd have everything you need to fix your early extension. And then if you supplemented that with the Cogorno Golf membership, I could see your swing, you definitely could fix early extension. I don't know how long that will take. It'd be different, but it's not like, will you fix it or not? It's just how long, how, etc. Mr. Samuel, what if I am already too shallow on my backswing? How do I get my hands higher on the backswing? So if you're too shallow, Sam, it depends on if you mean shallow with like the plane of the club, like you're flat, or if you mean like shallow, like deep with your lead arm. If you wanted to get your hands higher, that's exactly what you would do, is get your hands higher. The question is how much, how soon, etc. But I would record yourself from down the line and start to hit some checkpoints. Get the hands just over the toes, get the hands in line with the right pec, and then get them just behind the shoulder line, you're probably gonna have to feel like your left arm lifts more. So meaning when you make a backswing, you're gonna, if I just turn and keep my left arm across my chest, it goes very low, I'm gonna need some lift, like this way, to go higher. And it's just a scale of how much do you do it. I would feel that lift from here, from takeaway to the top, is when you feel lift. Or if you're too vertical and you want to go deeper, I get here, and then from the takeaway, feel deep from there. Don't do it right off the bat usually, but that's how you would do it. It could also be other things too. It depends on your shoulder plane, and there's other variables. But Josh, had a tournament last Friday and did pretty decent, but I killed the change when I hit 3 drives OBS. No bueno, man. Left-handed and the impact, the face still open. We'll send a video shortly. Yeah, Josh, I have to see why that's happening. Obviously, OB off the tee kills the scores. But if I could see your video of your swing, if you put it on the membership site in the Facebook group, if I could see your swing, I could tell you why the face is open. Usually, it just comes back to a couple of things. If the face is too open, usually it's grip, wrist conditions, or form rotation. So if your face is too open or closed, usually it's the grip. Let's say it's too open. If your face is too open, usually it's either the grip is too weak, your wrist conditions are not good, meaning your lead hand's too cupped, trail hand's too flat, or you don't have enough form rotation during the downswing. Generally speaking, if you get the grip good and the wrist conditions good, the form rotation can kind of take care of itself. But I've also taught a lot of people to add form rotation first, and they work other pieces from that. But if you had a strong enough grip and good wrist conditions and form rotation, there's no way your face is open. Pookie, how does the left work in the downswing through the follow-through? It's a major factor in rotation, keeping the chicken wing fit. Yeah, so I would watch 2 videos. Number 1 is we did a video on how to hit the ball higher and farther with like last week or so, where that explains how you should work into the follow-through. And then we also did a video, I think last year on, and maybe one this year, on the idea of the left shoulder working down and through. I think it was hit your irons more solid with these rotation feels. You search my name in left shoulder, Eric Cogorno left shoulder, these will come up. Basically, the idea of the left shoulder is it starts slightly more vertical in my right. It works down and just past my shirt buttons during the backswing. It works down and forward in the initial phases of the downswing, and then it works up and back in the follow-through. So it works down and in past my shirt buttons. It works down and lead shoulder works. Let's see. My club now has TrackMan installed in the back of the range. It's a beautiful thing. Hitting range balls off a mat. I wanted to know the difference in carry, total distance, and spin compared to the course. I don't know the answer to that. It all depends on the golf balls you have. I found with my TrackMan, the distances on the mat versus grass aren't really different. Now, when we have range balls, it depends if those range balls are flight restricted or not, and then the type of range balls. You can set the TrackMan to premium, medium, soft, or hard, or range balls, soft, medium, or hard. It really depends on the type of ball you have. Yes, if they're Pro Vs on the mat versus the grass, I don't really see any difference in numbers on my TrackMan, especially when I normalize them. Robert, sorry my post was not clear. I wanted to say rotating the left leg going external. I'm not sure what the other one was on that. Robert, I'm not sure what the other post you're talking about there, my man. Sorry, my post was not clear. I meant to say rotating the left leg. Any downfalls with lifting your left heel and right heel on the backswing? No. Now, nothing's black and white. You know, like if I make a backswing and you lift your left heel too much and you're like this, that would be a problem, right? So like, you know, ice cream's good, a bowl of ice cream, like a whole pine's probably not good. Like, you know, and nothing's like, hey, lift your heel as much as you want, but some amount of lifting your heel so that your left leg can go internal, so that you can rotate, so you can plant it back down in transition. That's going to be a good video. Should have thought that before. Is fine. So no, I wouldn't be trying to keep your left heel down, I guess is a better way to say it. Let's see, I've been using you okay? Yeah. Looking at 10 to 4 station at the range, and I've had a lot of success. Good. Problem is I'm exiting on follow through and continuing to hit stick in front. What can I do to exit more right? Exit more right, man. Arms more extended. I don't think anything in particular. There's some things you could look at it and see, but making sure the arms are more extended in this fashion, not getting the chest and shoulders too open too early, making sure you have enough right side bend. So I'd say if you want to exit more right, again, as an exaggeration for someone who needs to swing more right, you'd be looking at adding more right side bend early, right shoulder towards right hip, early in the downswing, and not getting your shoulder line too far open, more or less kind of keeping your shoulder line a little bit more closed a little longer, at least early transition as an exaggeration. Those would be the two pieces. So make sure the arms are connected to the right, more right side bend, shoulders not open as early. That's a very stocky answer without seeing you do would be my answer. Bruce played Morgan Hill, just southeastern yesterday. Yes, not too far. Had problems pulling shots on uphill lies, and she has to help me get through the shot beside playing flatter courses. Yeah, maybe skip. No, I'm not going to say skip Morgan Hill, but Morgan Hill's tough. A lot of hills, a lot of blind shots. Yeah, pulls on uphill lies a common thing too, especially when you're kind of swinging with a slope. We're going to do some videos on swinging on slopes, but if you're uphill and you kind of hang back on your right foot, you're uphill, you hang back on your right foot, where the pressure in your feet go is associated with swing direction, meaning during the downswing, the more and more and more pressure you have on your left foot, the easier and easier it is to swing to the right. The more and more pressure you have on your right foot, your trail foot, the easier it is to swing to the left, the back of your trail foot. Now, why does that make sense? Because if you're uphill, typically you're going to be kind of hanging back on your right side. It's easier to swing outside in. So if your normal shots are good, but it's just that, what I would say is make sure you're not too far back on your right foot, or supplement that with a swing, like you're feeling like you're swinging a little more right, almost like you're hitting a draw type of downswing pattern. And then just scale those feels until you're kind of straight with it. Would be where I would start with that. Make sure that the ball position is not too far forward. You also play the ball a little farther back. Or if you just continue to pull them all the time and they're still solid, just play the pull. Dougie, why does my strike pattern change on certain days? Thankfully, most days down the range, it's not a concern, but the odd day I shank my irons and I feel like I'm hitting out the toe to find center. Yeah, Dougie, unfortunately, I have no idea. I'd have to see you swing. There's always an answer to that. There's always an answer to that, to the question. There's always a mechanical answer to a question that causes that. But without me seeing your swing, I don't know. I'd be making too big of a guess. Again, CogornoGolf.com, I could see your swings. I could help you with that if you can't figure it out. I know the camera's dry. When I hit this little thing, it boggles a little bit. Sorry about that. We'll have to tighten her up a little bit. Jace, why did I shank it on number 12 but still make birdie? I think that shank's more of like a lack of talent thing for you, young fella. Dylan, hi Eric. I play off three, but can't seem to put a good score together lately. My misses are left and right. Yeah, Dylan, I would say I would eliminate. There's a couple of things you notice in the way those guys hit balls. One is very few of them draw their drivers. So a lot of them hit their drivers straight or more towards the fade pattern. And they have enough speed to support that, but a lot of them, I'm going with this answer, they fade their drivers, right? Number two is a lot of them with their irons hit the ball pretty straight, like not a lot of curve either way, but pretty darn straight, and then kind of they play the same curve. Like if they hit little draws, they hit little draws. If they hit little fades, they hit little fades. I don't see those guys working the ball off the tee as much as the announcers say. I think they hit their irons pretty straight with small curves. A lot of them fade the drivers, and their distance control with their wedge is inside of 150 is just ridiculously good. And so I'm saying that in that, like, if you're missing left and right, I would want to eliminate one of those two. If you're saying, hey, I'm hitting it good, and just missing to the right, that you can do that. You can aim for it, you can play for it, you can lean on your short game when necessary. If you're missing left and right, you can't aim for that. So you got to think, compared to my buddies, I hit the ball just as far as they do, but I only bring my driver halfway back because I go for a full swing here. Sorry about that. Yeah, Roman, so that's cool, man. I think if you're hitting it far and your backswing is a little short, that's okay. You don't have to lengthen it out. If you slice it bad, I'd be looking at Clubface. You still see it okay? It's just behind? It's just behind. Yeah, but the speed's okay. Yeah, when you're talking, it's fine. So if you're slicing it, the main thing you want to look at is Clubface. So if you're slicing it too much, Clubface too, make sure you watch the wrist condition videos, make sure your wrist conditions are good, and then add form rotation as needed. You should be able to fix this slice. We did a video called How to Use Your Arms and Hands. I watched that, and then the best draw I've ever seen with the 10-4 station. Fix your face first, and then fix your path second. Figure out why the face is open, and fix that first. Really narrow in transition, like I get. I don't turn that far, and so like when my shoulders are here, right? I need to get to the club. Like if I'm back here like this, I need to get to the club. It's going to be narrow. If I need to get wider, a bigger turn helps with that. If I keep a bigger turn, so I like that feel. Another reminder for those of you that are just hopping in, we're doing a 50% off on our early extension masterclass today and all of the products. The coupon code when you go on the podium, the link's in the beginning of this mess in the comments there. Let's see. You're right. Saying, Mr. William, just check out your fantastic video on early extension. I reckon this is to be the hardest fix in golf. I'll keep trying. The early extension is definitely one one of the tough ones because there's a lot of reasons why you might get early extension, and it requires a lot of exaggeration. But if you do the right piece in there, you can definitely get rid of it. Not something that needs to be you need to have in forever. Matthew, never had never had clubs fitted, 5'10", so normally standard is okay. I think. Would you advise differently? I wouldn't advise differently based off just that information. It depends on how long your arms are. It depends on how long your torso. So it really depends. I would always recommend going to get a fitting. Find a good fitter that's local, and go then you know. Joey, at P2, where should the club head be in relation to the hands, and where should the club face be pointed down the line? Yeah, so at P2, which is first parallel, I like to see the club head directly even with the hands, meaning covering the hands, and the face being slightly tilted down. This toe, if I cut 45 and straight up in half, maybe about here, can you do the math on that, 45 and 0? Let's call it 20 degrees to keep the mass in, the 15, 20 degrees tilted down to where I like it, and I like it right behind with the hands. If I have to, I've got to have the side back and the inside. But right around the hands with the face slightly tilted down.
Can you check if like this couple questions from Matthew? Two different questions, is one higher or lower? I feel like you jump down to the other one. Did you see about guys?
Oh, here we go. Matthew Long. Guys need to sign up to premium. Root cause a huge eye opener. Thanks, Eric. A lot of elite coaching teaches strong left hand, keeping face open. Thoughts? Yeah, so thanks for saying that, number one. And the whole reason we're doing the CogornoGolf.com and putting the time into it is our firm belief of the best way for you guys to get better is for me to be able to see your swing. There's just no getting around it. Now, it's really not, like for us from a business perspective, not that smart to do it that way in terms of scalability, but we do it that way and put the effort in because it's going to actually help you guys get better. Like, we're willing to put the extra time in to do that. If I can see your swing and we can guide you from there, what videos you should watch, what drills to do, how to do them, that's going to work really good. The videos can only go so far. You being able to see your swing really takes things to the next level. Strong left hand and keeping it. So yeah, I mean, like I'm cool with that. If you can support it, if you watch guys like Victor Hovland when they were showing the slow-mo, right, and the face was like super tilted down, all the way down, or like a Brooks or a DJ, if you can get the face more tilted down and rotate and tilt with it, I'm cool with that. But there's a lot of guys that don't, like Louis Oosthuizen would be the complete opposite of that, and plays good as well too. So you don't need to do strong grip. You don't need to have strong club face. It's nice on paper. It makes sense on paper. But either way is fine. Yeah, I did miss some questions there. What happened here? Let's see. Eldra, can you explain the over-under you were teaching one of the lessons in your video? Do you recommend that to certain people on the takeaway? Over-under, like the noodle, maybe? Over-under, I assume would be, I don't know lessons. I know Robbie, we had like a little station back here. He was just trying to go, I think he was just trying to go outside of it on both sides. So I put like a little noodle.
What was the chill factor we had to go?
He was just going over that. I think we had something like this from him to the lefty, because he's too under playing getting hooks. So I wanted him to feel like the club was more in front of him on both sides. That sort of drill is on. If you search my name and trigger hook for good, you'll find those drills. Over under you could do if you have a pattern where you're normally inside this way, over the top this way. You could do the opposite pattern. A little bit of a big exaggeration, but you can do that if you're kind of stuck in that other pattern. Larry, have an equipment question. You're asking the wrong guy. How many wedges should a 10 to 12 handicap carry? And I would say in a typical bag in terms of gapping your distance and providing yourself options around the greens, a 50 to 52 wedge, a 56 or 54 degree sand wedge, a 50 or 52 degree gap wedge, and a pitching wedge. I would carry 4 wedges, almost regardless of skill level. I would carry 4 wedges. So yeah, that's what I would do. And then whether you want to do 58 or 60, 54, 56, 52, 50, pitching wedge, et cetera, and how much bounce you use is dependent upon the person. But that would start with. I got an overdraw. You mentioned adding rotation to straighten it out. Some drills to fix that. Hands go out from the top. Yeah, I would say 1, rotation masterclass goes through all that. 2, if you watch any of our rotation videos, we'll go through that more in depth than I can go through right now. Any sort of rotation drills can help with the overdraw. You got to watch your path being not too far to the right. If you watch Cure Your Hook for Good, there's some drills within that. If you search my name and watch the perfect follow through, there's some drills with that. Basically for you, I've got to have this station with an object behind me where you need to keep the club more in front of it this way, or I have an object in front of me over here. Any sort of rotation pieces, meaning your left knee or leg more out, hip more out, chest more out, shoulders. I'd have to see what you do and don't rotate to say that. But I'd be looking at club path as the main factor for an overdraw, making the path more neutral and more rotation will help do that.
Definitely getting comments about lag, and we have lag, but it's cutting out.
Okay. Dude, pre-shot routine. My miss has always been left pull and/or pull hook. Either spin hips and throw arms after getting stuck, or just throw my arms with poor rotation because I'm scared to run. Now, Rosie has a pre-shot routine where the arms drop down the body. I'm sure you know what I mean. What kind of drill pre-shot? C-box, good, yeah. Yeah, I would just allude to, much like Rosie. Yeah, I would say if you typically have a downswing where the lead arm gets too far out in front of you and the shaft gets too vertical or too steep, then I would do some form of, hey, feel like your lead arm, your left arm stays against your pec more as you're getting your downswing, and don't get the shoulders as far open. Again, that's all relative. What you want to do from the top is a full 90-degree turn, and by the time you get the left arm parallel, your shoulders are still like 35, 45 degrees closed, and your arms, hands are still back in front of your pec. So for you to do that, it feels like your left arm's against your pec more, and you don't have as much rotation. You can definitely feel those same things. Will be fine. Roman, where do I send a video of my swing to you? CogornoGolf.com. So if you go on CogornoGolf.com, there's 2 different membership types. I would do the premium plan. That gives you access to the Facebook group, and then you can post your swings in the Facebook group. John, if anyone is new to golf with this channel, check out our videos. That was magic, beautiful. Had an issue, watch video 5, range balls later, fixed. Thank you. That's a beautiful thing, John. Thank you for posting that. What would you have keeping your head still or head down? What's better? Head down, I would say, is less of a good idea. Head still, but allowing for rotation would be a better idea. Meaning, like if I took a swing setup and drew a circle around my head dress, I want that head to be more or less in the circle going back, just down and forward of the circle coming down, and then kind of up and forward all the way through, but allowing for some rotation. Keeping your eyes down can cause more problems than they help. Kepka's probably one of the only guys I've seen where he really keeps his eyes and head down long relative for a good player. So he's sort of an anomaly, but hell, he wins almost every major. Let's see here. What do you do to translate your swing from the range to the tee box? Search my name and perfect practice routine, and that video will explain in detail what I would do at the end of the range sessions to transfer it. 2 big things to translate your swing from the range to the tee box. Number 1 is you have to be on the tee box enough. If you're on the range 4 days a week and on the course once a week, you're going to be better on the range than the course. You're there 4 to 1. So you have to be on the course more often. Number 1, maybe less range time, more course time. Number 2 is you have to make the environment as similar as possible. How you get good at giving a speech in front of 10,000 people is giving a speech in front of 10,000 people. And there's nothing quite like that. So you have to how to do that. We're at the halfway point here now. One more reminder. 50% off all of our products, including today's early extension masterclass. Coupon code US Open, all caps, US Open. Good until tonight at midnight. Mary has the link on there, and I think she's putting it on there again. Yeah, lagging in and out. Sorry about that. Our internet connection back here is not the best. Any D1 golfers you work with? Yeah, I work with a lot of college players over the years. Work with some mini tour players, some future senior or former tour players. But now things are kind of shifting for us with the YouTube, the golf schools, and we're doing online. So I don't go out of my way to do that like I used to. Like I used to go and travel to tournaments, watch people play, et cetera, and I had a lot of really good college players. But things are shifting now, I guess, so I'm kind of shifting my focus on that. I used to want to teach tour pros. Now it's kind of not the direction we're working in, so I've kind of stopped that a little bit. Mr. Sir, Eric, had some fat iron shots in my last round, and it comes from stalling chest rotation. Any drills to help eliminate chest stall? I would search my name and chest and shoulder rotation. You'll see a couple different lessons and a couple different videos, how to rotate your chest and shoulders. That'll kind of go through that in much more detail. If your chest stalls, essentially you need to feel like your chest is rotating sooner, faster, harder. Get your shirt buttons to the target sooner. A lot of you guys, I think, ask questions where you semi know the answer already. The missing link is you're probably not recording yourself when you're doing it, and then exaggerate. My answer is always going to be, well, if you record yourself and you feel like you're ripping your chest open right from the top, where is it actually going? Okay, it's not open enough. Okay, good. That doesn't mean what you're doing is incorrect. Maybe you need to do it more, harder, faster, and scale the exaggeration as much as you can. Always start by recording yourself, feeling the feel. It's typically never going to look like what it feels like. You're almost always going to have to do more than you think, and scale it out. Go short and slow, and then build up. No trick to rotating your chest. So you feel chest rotation, but how soon, how hard, etc. Search those videos, and they'll show you. They'll show you. Okay. Having problem with weight shift. Was told my right foot flared right is a problem. Having a problem with weight shift. Was told my right foot flared right is a problem. Best shoulder resolve weight shift. Also told my shift is affecting my ability to rotate. Joe, are you talking about downswing shift or backswing shift? If you're talking about downswing shift, I don't see that right foot as being a problem necessarily. In fact, it can help that. Depends, though. Usually, I'd say with the setup position where I see a stock, what I would typically teach would be the back foot fairly square, maybe a slight flare, and then like maybe 15, 20 degrees with your left foot. If you have too much slide down the right foot flare, may not be a problem. Definitely, the more lateral you go, the more the body moves forward, the less you're going to rotate, and kind of vice versa. Samuel, are you able to come and see me for a private session? You are. Mary just put the link down. I think they're really booked. I think we're booked out until like the end of September. So you have to wait a while, but you could, yes. Or you can check out CogornoGolf.com and do it tonight. I have a neutral to weak grip. I only hit it straight with wrist bent. Is this normal? I was being correct. I have a neutral grip to weak. I have a neutral to weak grip. I only hit it straight with wrist bent. Yes, that is normal. So the weaker your grip is, meaning like the V's more on your chin, or more like this, like a Jordan Spieth here. The weaker your grip is, the more flat to bowed your left wrist needs to be, and the more bent back your right wrist needs to be to have the face square. And the same sort of things for the downswing follow through, and potentially more supination. The stronger your grip is, these more at the right shoulder, the more you can get away with a little cup at the top. See, my left wrist is cupped, but the face is still square because my grip is strong, so I don't have to have as much of that wrist flexion to square the face up. So the weaker the grip, the more bowed the left wrist, bent back right wrist, and or more arm rotation you'll need relative to a stronger grip. Let's see. Robin, hey Eric, just here to listen. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Still working on my tip from last week, and it's working well so far. Beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Travis, thoughts on Justin Rose's pump drill? Yeah, I think kind of like similar to above. It's very relative to his feel. If you look at Justin Rose like pre-Foley when they first went on his swing and his issues, his lead arm was much higher up here. Now he's much deeper, and his tendency would be to get sometimes like when I say open your chest and shoulders right away from the top, really I'm saying that so you don't try and keep them so closed, but you can get your chest and shoulders too far open too quick. Like if I get too far open too quick, and I'm here, my right arm, like I can't go back any farther than this. My right arm has to be pretty narrow. You get narrow in transition, it can create some problems. So the amount of shoulder turn you have relative to your left arm can create problems. So for him, he's up at the top here. He's feeling like his lead arm's sitting against his pec as he's getting the club more back in front of him. Now you got to understand when he's feeling this, he's a guy who was up here and dumped under back here like this. So he's feeling these things to get the club back in front of him relative to what he was doing. I would say his miss pattern is unique. It's like a 1%er sort of problem. That'd be someone who like hits it really, really solidly, like pushes and hooks with a lot of speed. So it's unique to him. But I think for that, that's your sort of pattern. Like that's my sort of pattern has been being too dumped under and push hooks. So for me, like feeling things that get the club more in front of me as I get down. Traditionally, I can see my left arm going out a little. Traditionally, I've worked pretty good. So if you guys haven't watched the videos this week, but that masterclass is over. There's 22 videos and there's over 90 minutes of content on there. It's the best stuff in terms of early extension. Like I said, I think it's the best one that we've ever done by far. So if you guys haven't seen that, again, US Open, capital U, capital S Open, 50% off all of the products on here. I'll wait to see if there's some more questions. Maybe I'll hit one so you guys can see my side. And then we'll see if anyone wants to talk tomorrow.
Do a little early extension drill.
I'm going to do my normal feel, so I'm not hitting so many weird right now. I feel now, hands inside thigh, I'm feeling here, chest, here, and back. That's my feel right now. Yeah, it's crazy. Some days how you can go from feeling like things are way off one day, and the next week things can be really good, quick. One or two little simple feels. Like I cleaned up a little bit of setup stuff and a little bit of transition stuff for me. Iron shots from your tips and dropped 28 to 18 in 3 months. Awesome. Now I have straight and consistent iron shots. That's beautiful. I am happy to hear that. Yeah, as opposed to that, sometimes when I get feedback from from our guys, even on our membership site in the Facebook group. I kid to them sometimes, like they always post stuff up when there's problems. I never get the good news. Like I want to hear about the good stuff as you go too. Now what you need is consistent drive shots. That's good. Well, yeah, consistent drive shots. Again, if I could see your, if you post up the swings within the Facebook group in the join the site and come in so I can see your swing, I can see what's going on with the driver, what you should do to fix it. You don't really want to do that. This one feels good right now.
Turn it off.
Yeah, it feels good. I don't know what it looks like. How do you guys like that swing? We'll go a little bit more. If you guys have questions, you can pop them on. If not, it's gonna be a short live. Post Monday, post Monday golf.
Everybody like hungover from you?
Post Monday golf hangover.
Because it went till 10 o'clock at night?
You know what's nice here too? I can see my swings in the field. You guys are just watching practice.
Feedback.
Yeah, it feels good. There's little subtle differences at the top feel good for me. Jim, how would you get more backspin on a wedge and steeper, faster swing? Yeah, there's a bunch of variables involved in spins on wedges, Jim, especially when you watch the guys on tour compared to us. The biggest thing is just friction between the ball and the club, which has multiple variables to it. So like literally one would be how new or old is your wedge? How clean or not clean are the grooves? How new is the golf ball? The conditions of the golf course, how much grass gets between your club and the ball. If there's sand or water between the club and the ball, what changes. A lot of variables go into friction. In terms of mechanics, yeah, the best thing you can do is just solidness of strike. If you do hit the ball a little bit lower on the face and get more spin, medium would be neutral, high on the face would be lower spin, kind of a floater. But yeah, just really good contact and good technique. So if you watch any of the chipping videos we've done, those technique things would be what I would say. If I'm trying to really get a spinner, I'd have the ball a little bit more back. I'd increase my angle of attack a little bit, change my release pattern a little bit. But for the most part, it's kind of stock mechanics. And I would also say, in terms of getting spin, like I wouldn't try and play that shot a lot. I would play the kind of medium trajectory, play for a little bit of bounce, a little bit of roll, much more predictable in terms of the window it launches, how much it spins or doesn't spin. Robert, my son hits irons a ton, and some videos here in terms of how to hit irons, or how to hit driver, how to hit irons. I think we did a video called the five ways to hit your driver farther. Is that what it was called? 5 tips to hit your driver farther. That'd probably be a good one, Robert, where it goes through like what adjustments I would make. So I guess actually, yes, that video would go through what adjustments you'd make for iron versus driver. That included like obviously the ball position is going to change with the driver. You're adding some tilt with the driver. I might add some more extension in my backswing with the driver. Some things along those lines. But in terms of like stock mechanics, if someone has an open face, they're gonna have an open face to the bag. If they're too far inside out, usually they're too far inside out to the bag, over the top, etc. So yeah, I would say just whatever stock things are. If you watch that video, we have some other ones. We probably at some point in time will do a specifically driver masterclass. We have some videos on the membership site for driver specifically, but we have some stuff on there. But whatever his normal stuff is kind of the same stuff he's going to need to do. And I would get him at a younger age trying to pound that driver too. Add speed, add distance first, and kind of clean it up after. Simon, what movement brings the club down from the top of the backswing to last parallel? There's a lot of movements that bring the club down from the top to last parallel. So if I'm here at the top, my left leg is going to clamp, pressure to my left heel. My left leg goes external. My left hip goes down and around. My right foot goes from heel to middle. My right leg increases flex. My pelvis levels out. My left shoulder is working down and forward. My right shoulder is working down and forward. My arms and hands are coming down somehow. My right arm is typically getting a little wider. My hinge and outs are typically pretty steady, but widening slightly to about here. And everything's going up. So it'd be kind of the micro parts. My arms and hands are definitely coming down. Typically, I would prefer to see some sort of model, like let's say my right arm is 90 at the top. It's between 90 to like 120 here, and then at least that long, more towards the 120 at the bottom. So my right arm is lengthening. I'm not increasing hinge. My hinge is normal or slight unhinge. And then the wrist condition kind of depend on the grip. Pressure's changing the feet. The legs are changing flex. The pelvis is changing location. The whole body's rotating. There's a lot going on. So it depends on what specifically you would want to know, but that's kind of what brings it down. The body going down and forward, the rotation of the body, and literally the arms coming down and the arms and hands. Where to start when troubleshooting hitting pools? Travis, I would start with path. So if you're hitting pools to the left, your path's definitely too far across in some way, shape, or form. Make sure the ball position is not too far forward. Make sure you're not aimed too far left, and then start with path. I do some version of one of the shallow drills we've done in the past. Watch my name, if you search my name and draw, or my name and best drill I've ever seen, with some form of 10 to 4 station, how to fix weak pulls, get the path working more from inside and or more out to the right with the arm circulation, get the ball starting right of target every single time, probably putting a stick or two in front of you and launching it to the right of that. But I would be willing to bet for most people, my belt's come off. For most, was this like this all the time?
Didn't notice that at all.
For most people, it's a path thing. You got to shift your path more to the right. Question's how. It depends on why your path's too far over. Could be a body rotation, could be ball position, could be arm, or could be aim, could be ball position. You're too open too early, could be your left too far out, could be your arm good, but this could be wrist conditions. Face could be too. I mean, there's a lot of variables there. I have to see the save for sure. Travis, Eric, any tips on how to maintain a good tempo? I know I'm too fast from the top, but struggle to slow down while on the course. I think the best way to control your tempo on the course is really good pre-shot routines. We did the video, the on-course video, best on-course tips, I think it's called, which talked about like the breathing and how to get present on the golf course. A little bit, I think we talked about in that, and then probably do more on that over time. But we did a longer video on that within our Facebook group for our members on like how to get present, how to breathe. That's the best way to control tempo, like control your breathing. In terms of range time, what I would do, I always recommend the beginning part if someone wants to slow down their speed, is take the club you hit 150 yards with a full swing, and then hit that 100 yards with a full swing still. So you can't shorten your swing. You got to do it all through tempo, 100 yards. A lot of you guys are going to struggle with that. And then feel that tempo. Hit it 100 yards full swing, and then hit it 110, 120, 130, 140, and feel out what sort of tempo differences lead you back up to 150. That's probably the best way to train tempo. Pull out your 150, hit it full swing 100, then 110, 120, 130, 150, and then kind of get a feel for that, and then take that feel and combine that with a good pre-shot routine with the thinking and getting present. Jim, do you advocate purposely holding lag for more distance or just work on more correction? Yeah, definitely not advocating holding lag if we're talking lag in terms of like radial deviation or just wrist hinge this way. I've seen some people do it where they're training that in transition. I know some coaches who do that and they have success with it. I would prefer to train in the lag and wrist, shafting more through wrist conditions. So like as I'm coming down like this, I can have my wrist fully unhinged, but still have a lot of shafting. You see what I'm saying? Like I can have it fully unhinged, but still have a lot of shafting. So I don't need hinge to have shafting. I need good wrist conditions. I would focus on it that way, not lag in terms of this. Is the last move at the top of the backswing a rotation of the forearms? There's a lot of micro things going on at the top of the backswing. So I would say no, it's not just rotation of forearms. I mean, ideally, your wrist structure and arm structure at about left arm parallel to the top doesn't change much. It's more or less you just continuation of a turn, right? I mean, that's kind of like utopia, but ideally when I'm going back, I've got my wrists and arms and hands in a pretty darn good spot right here. And then from there, that's more or less staying the same. My lead arm, hands keep working up and back in. My left arm's working against my chest, and I'm continuing my rotation pieces. That would be sort of an ideal top. I don't think there should be a lot of late form rotation. Depends on where you're coming from, right? What you need to feel could be some different things, but I would say no. It's you should be more or less set with that at left arm and then just continue your body. I think that's in terms of questions too. If you guys have any other questions, Franklin, do you advocate any side bend with an 8-iron versus long iron driver? Yeah, so definitely side bend on all clubs for everyone, no matter what. The question is how much. I mean, as a rough guideline, I would kind of look to turn your shoulders. Like if you guys ever follow George Gang, because he talks about turning your shoulders 90 to your back line, which I think is a really good reference point. So if I'm going up, I have an 8-iron. Now, if I have an 8-iron, my punch order, I'm going to be more bent over, right? And so if I keep my shoulders turning 90 degrees to my spine line, there's more or less side bend there. Versus if I have a driver, I'm a lot taller like this. My shoulders still turn 90 degrees to my spine, but because my spine's not as tilted at a dress, I don't have as much left side bend at the top. So If you're talking about backswing, 100%, there's still going to be left side bend on all swings, more with shorter irons, less with the driver because of how you're bent at address. More bent you are, the more side bend, the less bend you are, less side bend. Same thing applies for the downswing. There's going to definitely be side bend with both clubs, more so with the shorter clubs than the longer ones because of the length of club. Any tips for helping get weight to left heel instead of toes in the downswing? Yeah, I would start with that as a priority. Make some swings, film yourself from behind. Start with a slow club, like a short iron, and slow, go half swings, and feel like you get the weight, like today's video we talked about. Get the weight to the left heel as quick and as hard as you can before your arms and hands come down, and then record it and see where you are. If you're not going towards your heels, press play again, do it again, and exaggerate times 10. Do that 3 or 4 times until you're exaggerating times like 1,000. And if you still can't get to the left heel, then there's probably something going on early that's not allowing it. There's no trick to getting to the left heel. It's just a matter of like, if you're doing something earlier that's making you not do it, but if you just show up with the club you're in here, you should be able to get to your left heel, right? Like you should be able to get to your left heel with no problem. So yeah, I don't think you need tricks with that. I think record it and exaggerate until you can do it. If you can't do it, there might be something earlier on. Have to see what that is. Okay, Jim, thanks for all the help. How would you describe proper grip pressure? We did a video called 2 non-negotiables of grip pressure to answer that question, because I don't think there's a right answer. I think some players are really firm with their hands. Some players are softer with their hands. I would say whatever grip pressure you start with at address, try and maintain that throughout, meaning don't start real soft and then grip it real tight and you go back, and don't start real tight and then loosen it up as you go. Whatever you kind of start with, keep. And the second thing is whether a tighter grip pressure or a looser, you still want to have kind of loose arms. Now, if you grip the club so tight, it's harder to have looser arms. Obviously, looser hands help with that. But the old like holding a burden here, like a tuba, whatever, that's not true universal. You know, I have a lot of really good players who have tight grip pressures. I'd say more towards loose than tight is probably a good general idea for most, but it really depends. Eduardo, lost my tush line in the top of the backswing. Any tip? Yeah, I'd get it back more, right? So if I have this here, what pieces relate to this? So tush line, we line down the butt at address, maintain that during the back. If I'm losing that, what's going on? The first thing I look at is pressure in the feet. So there'll be a one-to-one correlation with where the pressure in your feet is and where your butt line is. That is, if I take my normal setup and the pressure's in the balls of my feet, right here where my shoelaces end, if I make a backswing and I go more towards my toes, my butt's going to move forward off the tush line. If I go more towards my right heel, my butt's going to go deeper. So I'm going to start with the toe line where the pressure of the feet are, and then turn will go along with that too. Like usually bigger hip turns gets the hip more back, smaller hip turns goes more forward, and then of course we have the tilts and bends. Like more of that side bend during the backswing, left shoulder down will help keep the butt back. If you turn your shoulders flatter, it'll have the butt more forward. So I check pressure in the feet. I would check left side bend. You can also check how your legs change flex. So the more your left leg bends forward and the more your right leg straightens, the more back it'll go. The more you keep your right leg bent, the less back it'll go. So pressure in the feet, leg bend, hip turn, left side bend, all those things would be pieces you would check for tush line. Mary's putting on there for those of you sticking through here. Smaller group today. I'm going to post US Open hangover. But US Open, capital US Open, 50% off all of the master classes, the podium links on there, early extension, shallow, rotation, senior, slice fix. Watch what drills you should do. Okay. So I'll kind of hang here for a minute or two, see if the connection gets okay, and then we'll wrap it up. Still staying up, Buena?
Now you're good.
Really good. You guys have more questions here in the last couple of minutes? Post them up. We shall answer. That swing feels so good on the wall. Swing feels good. Putting feels good even. Chilling feels good. Yeah, we played on course today. We played what 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 holes. It's 2 under. Eagled the second hole, or 6th hole, par 5. and had good birdie looks on every hole. And I really could have shot like 4 or 5 under on those couple holes we played. Yeah, putting feels good. Full swing feels good. I feel like I'm gonna make a run at just kidding. I'm not making a run at anything. Do golf pros? Okay. Do golf pros like yourself actually have time to play? Usually not. We play like last year, like normally with like all the teaching stuff we're doing. Like I really don't get to play. That's because I don't prioritize it. Like if I wanted to play, I could make time to play. I just choose to do other things. Like I like doing this with you. Like right now, we don't have to do a YouTube live. We could go play. Like we don't have to shoot 5 videos a week, et cetera, et cetera. But I would rather us do that. So I don't get to play a lot. Sometimes on Mondays, we'll play like 3 holes to film a video though, usually. Like we're like filming stuff. And then if I do, like I'm doing the golf schools now, the 2-day schools, the first one this month is happening this week, we'll go next week. If it doesn't rain, I'll play 9 holes both days. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. Golf schools, being able to get on the course with everyone, kind of see them for 2 full days. I think it's gonna be freaking awesome. But not a lot, but I could, like golf pros could play. If you could do it, like any of us could do anything if we prioritize it, right? Like I just making the time for it. We all have time. Jim, chip and putt distance, do you use that rule of 12 or just backside? Yeah, I don't use any rule for chipping actually. As much as I like the wedges having swing lengths in, I think once you get within 30, it should be really feel oriented, like throwing a ball or shooting a basketball or throwing a football, where I look at a target and I react to it. Having said that, I always promote practicing landing zones. So if you look at some of the chipping stuff we've done, part 1 of the practice should be hit the ball solid. Like your first practice should be solid contact. Do mechanics accordingly. As soon as you have that down, the first skill you should learn with chipping is landing zones. That's your off the green, you place a towel 1 yard on, hit it X amount of times, place it 2 yards on, 3 yards on. You need to be really good at carry distances, but that should be more athletic. The reason I don't like that from 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 is because you're so damn far from the hole. When you're 10 yards, it should be more feel. When you're that far away, it's too unpredictable. To build system in. So I don't use any rules with chipping like that. I would go more feel. I like everyone to learn how to do it with a stock sand wedge and then have a backup bump and run option. Once someone can hit the chip shot solid and then do landing zones, then I'll teach them trajectory control. So then you work through landing zones still, you just learn to do low, medium, high, and just change your trajectories. If you can do solid contact, landing zones, and trajectories, your chipping is going to be fantastic. Anything out of that's just bonus. Your thoughts on swing theory from Mike Austin? Don't know enough about it to say. I've read some Mike Austin stuff, some long stuff, some speed stuff, but not enough to feel comfortable talking about it. So I'll maybe look at that when I have make time for it. I'll start saying. Any links about driver face at address? What do you want to know specifically about driver face at address? I don't have anything. I don't think we have anything on that. Driver face should be square, ideally, not too far open, not too far closed. I like the hands inside left thigh. Shaft should be pretty neutral depending on your ball position. But where the face should be fairly neutral. Wall should be fairly neutral. Thoughts on using lots of bounce and hitting down on wedges versus coming in shallow? Yeah, I would say I'd find a happy medium ground. I don't think either one of those two is like black and or white, where you can only do one or the other. Probably a middle ground between the two. I definitely like using bounce. I think you should know how to use bounce. It's a safe fail. A lot of leading edge, like some of the guys come on and they talk about Phil Mickelson chip style, a lot of leading edge. And I would say good luck for that. I would follow James Seekman and guys who promote the bounce, not only for myself, but the guys I've coached over the past decade or so. It's just night and day. You should be able to do a Phil Mickelson leading edge ball back bump and run as an option. But your main shot should utilize the bounce, give yourself some margin of error. And none of us are Phil Mickelson. A lot of us don't play that often, and we need easy, and easy is bounce. But it shouldn't be all bounce. You should be able to do both of them, right? Remy, to my bad mechanics or extension, any advice? Talk about important breaking skills, not only mechanics. But after I practice good mechanics nice and slow, I then shift back to my bad mechanics or extension. Well, if you're doing early extension, like when you're doing the skill stuff, you still need to feel those things that are fixing the extension. Like they don't just wipe away, right? So like maybe that's a misconception. When you're doing skill stuff, you're just not thinking about anything. So like if in my swing right now, I'm working on a little bit of setup piece, and I'm really working on lead arm depth, and my left arm gets my pack more in transition because I can do it in front. Now, if I'm doing skill pieces, trajectory, curves up, I'm still feeling that on every swing. I don't throw that out and just, okay, I'm going to hit low. I'm just going, all right, let's say you think that's my new stock piece. I'll do that on every swing, but now I'm putting in my low pieces with that. Or same thing with chipping. Like if you have a stock thing you need to hit the ball solid, you got to do it on every damn shot. But then you just add other things in there to do the skill stuff. You'll just throw that away. That would be my advice. Eduardo, can you explain gear effect with the driver? Gear effect is with the driver when you hit off center. So if you hit it on the toe, The toe kicks open and the ball gears left. So the toe would kick open, ball hits toe, toe goes open, ball gears left, hooks. If you hit on the heel, the face will shut and the ball goes right. You watch some of those slow-mos online when they hit the driver, and you'll see like the toe kick open or the heel kick close, and the announcer's like, hey, they manually open the face. They're like, no, you ain't doing that at 120 miles an hour. They hit it off the heel and the face shut down a lot. Or you see guys hit on the toe and the face will kick. Say, oh my God, he really held that off. Like you can't hold a club off at 120 miles an hour. You hit it off the toe. So you hit toe or heel, there's bulge and roll on the face. The way the drivers are made to, the edges of the drivers round out. Compared to an iron, they don't do that. And so it's like a sort of a safety mechanism. If you hit off of it, it makes the ball gather towards the center of the fairway, which is why they did that. They're smart. Golf companies make a lot of money. Remy, I shift to bad mechanics, practicing skills. Hard to get the good mechanics in the skill section. I don't think so. I think you just have to focus on that. I think it sounds like when you're doing the skill stuff, you're just not feeling your feel things. You're just doing pure skills. You can combine both those together. Square face. Yeah, the face should be square with the driver. It's that easy. Maybe if you got to put a line in the ground, so you can see like a straight line for perpendicular, but there's no reason to have the face open or closed with the driver. It should be square relative to where you're trying to start the ball. So that's the deal. That was like perfect time. We finished on time. Hopefully our group gets back to bigger next week post US Open. One last reminder, all of the Masterclass options we have are 50% off until tonight. Coupon code is US Open for all of them, all caps. If I mention anything to you guys in here about seeing your swing, I genuinely mean it. I know it's the best way for you guys to get better. CogornoGolf.com, there's 3 different plans in there. I choose the premium one, get into the Facebook group. If you try and join the Facebook group, remember, I'm going to deny you. So join the Facebook group first, or join the website first. Check out the Facebook group so you can post your swings up. And I hope you guys check out the Masterclass. That early extension one is our best one we've ever done. If you struggle with early extension, you need to buy that. And I hope that helps. Hope to see you guys here next Monday, and hope everyone has a good night.